Here's my thing. No, wait. Could I just want to expand on something you just said? Like this idea that, the bleeds, it leads kind of thing. I'm not overtly familiar with Kaylin's work outside of the Packers stuff she's written, right? I know she writes for The Athletic now. We actually worked together. We kind of crossed over at the same time at Sports Illustrated years ago. Very familiar with what she does, how she operates. As far as like being a journalist, I think she knows what she's doing. But I also think it's just a little obvious that she's got a bit, I'm not saying a huge, but a bit of a thing for going after the Packers. And I don't, you can take that however you want, but don't forget she was the one who was all hot to trot about Aaron Rodgers being at the Halloween party last year, who was literally calling local businesses to see if Aaron Rodgers was there without a mask. She was like burrowing in on that one. And then when this article comes out, which to your point, which you just mentioned, completely well-sourced, no anonymous sourcing, everyone's name is on it, right? Like, she knows what the response is going to be. She even frames the article. Christian Watson almost ruined the whole premise of this article because
100%.
He exploded, right?
100%.
But the whole premise of the article, at the beginning of it, she frames it saying no one can really put their finger on why. And then later on, Randall Cobb literally does that because everybody knows the reason rookie receivers haven't been productive in the Packers offense with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback is because they haven't needed to be. This is not a mystery. This is not some deep, dark kind of secret that no one can really find out or riddle that no one can solve. Everybody knows this. So it's a bit disingenuous in its framing, etc. Now,
however,
all
okay,
of that
so
said,
so that's
I
great.
think it's
That's
a really
great.
well-written article.
It is an article worth reading, okay? It is not a nothing
100%.
burger, no matter how much the lady doth protest
not even close.
the article, okay? No matter how many times Pat McAfee says there's anonymous sources. So there's two quotes that to me really jumped out, okay? And the first one is a quote by Sammy Watkins, okay, who is no longer with the Packers, but who is a veteran wide receiver that is well respected in the NFL. And I don't know if Trevor can bring this up, but the first quote is Sammy Watkins about talking about how there's two offenses. According to veteran wide receiver Sammy Watkins, there are two offenses in one at play in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur's scheme and all the tiny details Rodgers once executed to perfection, whether it's angle, yardage, eye, head, or tempo. Okay, I was a little bit shocked by this. I mean, I don't know why. We've been talking about it on Packer Transplants for fucking 3 years about how, basically there's Matt LaFleur calls the plays, and then who knows what the fuck happens after that because QB1 decides to do whatever he's going to do. And, when you make more money than the coach, the executive committee, the president, and the general manager put together, you are ipso de facto the general manager, coach, and offensive play caller. And then there's another quote by one Jordan Love. So this is not somebody that this is somebody we trust, right? There's somebody on the team, somebody that Aaron Rodgers has trusted to actually do this quizzing, right? Which is Aaron will bring back signals back from 5 or 6 years ago that he used to have in an older offense. He'll just signal it out there, and you just kind of got to know. And if you don't know, you just have to figure it out. It's hard for the young guys. Okay, so these two quotes really got me going. And, the Blair quote really got me going. But who the fuck cares about Blair, right? I actually thought about it later. I'm like, who the fuck cares about some guy? And that quote was about, coaches don't even know what he's doing. But, this is not leadership. I actually put a thing out. My biggest problem with this is we have allowed someone on our team, yes, the face of our franchise, yes, the coach, the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. We have allowed him to play survivor with our wide receivers. So Brian decides who the wide receiver is going to be, and instead of, a leadership core of our offense trying to train guys and really do a good job and help guys succeed, right? I'm totally cool with, look, if Aaron Rodgers was like, hey, I'm going to show you 5 hand signals and then I'm never going to fucking show you again, I'd kind of be cool with it. Kind of. It's still playing survivor with your team. It's still not being a good leader. It's still not, not everybody learns that way, right? I mean, I know I sound soft as fuck talking about this, but I've learned this as a business leader and as a small business owner that not everybody learns the way you want to teach them. So if you don't cater your services to the way that guys want to learn and how they want to do stuff, you're not going to succeed. So you're actually getting in your own way from a leadership standpoint. So I have serious...
Corey, real quickly.
Go ahead.
To that point, real quickly, and because I think that's a amazing fucking point that I haven't seen posited anywhere else. Like, what if guys just aren't good at receiving information that way or retaining information that way?
That's the thing.
It doesn't mean they can't do it. Right? It doesn't mean they, like you just said, what if they don't want to do it that way? Like, what if they can't? But they still have all this potential and athletic ability and blah, blah, blah. You're just going to throw it away because they don't learn a certain way?
But that's the thing that stuck out at me the most is this survivor. It's like he's the judge and jury of who gets to be on the offense, not because how good they are, mind you, right? But how intellectual they are and how much they understand what is going on in his mind, right? Which is fucking crazy.